Welcome to JazzDime. JazzDime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzDime.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Rolex Day-Date 36 in yellow gold with a Carnelian diamond dial and President diamond set bracelet. Reference 128348 RBR. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of the Day-Date, then tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Day-Dates, then tell you about the case bezel dial bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with the history of the Day-Date. Well, let's start with the Rolex history. Rolex was formed in 1905. And then approximately 40 years after, or I think like 45 years or so, something like that, at the end of the war, in 1945, the Day-Date was, I'm sorry, I got my numbers mixed up. The Datejust was released in 1945 at the end of the war, Second War. And then about 7 years later, the Day-Date was invented. And that was in the early 1950s. And how it differs from the Datejust is that it has both the day and the date, Monday through Sunday, as well as the date 1 through 31. And that was an extra complication that took Rolex about 6-7 years to figure out how to produce and make and release to the public. And that became known as their President watch. So it's either called the Day-Date for what it actually does, telling the day and the date, and it is also known as the President. Why? Because it actually many presidents have worn it. Eisenhower, I think Kennedy was gifted one, and so on. The list goes on. Many presidents have worn it. And it also signifies president being the highest level that one can achieve. It is their highest dress watch that one can achieve. Okay, that's a little bit about the history. Now let's start talking about where does this watch stand in the lineup of other similar Day-Dates. Well, the Day-Date comes in two sizes. Let's start with that, size 36 and size 40. So the Day-Date 36, the Day-Date 40. And for ladies, the ladies are able to wear the 36, but they're also able to wear the smaller ones. Men can wear the 36 if they have a smaller wrist, or they can wear the 40. 40 is basically for men, not for women, and 36 is for women who like to wear larger watches. If it doesn't fit, you could also go back down to a Datejust 31. It's not a day and a date, but it is still a Datejust, and it could be in precious metal. But what we're talking about here is the Day-Date 36 or President 36, and this version of it was released not that all that long ago. I want to say something around late or around 2020 or 2019, something like that. The new reference, which starts with a 1-2, the keyword being here 2, was released, and it's a new Day-Date 36. Now, when they first came out with the Day-Date 36, it was actually quite boring. They didn't have any of these funky colors. Now they have all these crazy colors. The Carnelian, which is what the orange that you're looking at here, they have like a green. They even have a rainbow one that has like diamonds and rainbow pave everywhere. They even have a turquoise, and they have before it was quite boring actually. All they had was just like white, champagne, mother of pearl. I think that was it actually back then. But they've come quite a ways. It's been out for quite some time now, more than 5-6 years. So they released many different dial variations. Now the Day-Date comes in yellow gold, white gold, rose gold, as well as platinum. What you're looking at here is yellow gold. And then from the yellow gold, it comes in many different variations. Let's start with the bezel. They have a fluted bezel. And then they have this diamond bezel, round diamond bezel. And then when it comes to bracelet, they have the President bracelet, which you see here. But they also have the President bracelet set with diamonds, which is actually what you see right here. So this is the absolute top of the top. If you want a Day-Date or a Day-Date 36 and you want it all specced out to the max, that means diamond bezel and diamond bracelet, what you're looking at right here, even a diamond dial. I mean, every part of this watch is completely maxed out. and it looks beautiful. Okay, so that's where it stands. Well, where does it stand? It stands at the very top. There's nothing higher than full diamonds everywhere. And that's why this watch has a retail price of $119,000 as of 2025. So, yeah, it's a pretty heavy watch, heavy hitter watch. Okay, now let's start talking about the watch itself. Let's start with the case. Now, the case is made of yellow gold. Rolex mixes their own gold in their gold foundries to ensure that the gold is having the same precise mixing every time, and it maintains the same luster throughout its lifetime. It is 36 millimeters, which from my thumb to my index finger is where it's measured. The longest distance across the bezel, which since it's a circle, it's equidistant from all points. And there, just from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, that's 36 millimeters. Okay, now the thickness here is not too thick. It's like around 11, 12 millimeters. It's a normal thickness. Actually, it's about the same thickness as a Day-Date, which is interesting because this watch does have one extra complication, and it's still the same thickness. But, if they were to make it too thin, it also isn't good. It feels like a flat pancake. And the watch has to have a bit of thickness and a bit of size. It just otherwise it also looks funny off the wrist. Okay, so that is the case. Now let's start talking about the bezel. The bezel is also diamonds, and you could get this watch with a fluted bezel, which is sort of like a serrated knife edge. But this one comes with all diamonds. And the diamonds that Rolex uses are the best diamonds that you can get. They're eternally flawless, decolored, natural stones, and they have the best gemologists to place them by hand so that the height of the gem, the orientation, the position, the regularity, the strength, everything is done correctly. And in the end, you get a sparkling symphony to enchant the watch and enhance the watch and enchant the wearer. Quite a beauty to behold, if you ask me. Okay. All right, now let's move on here to the dial. Now the dial is probably the most special part of this watch, if you ask me, and it's also the part that you look at the most often. So it's good to spend a few minutes talking about it. It's also what makes this watch, one of the reasons why it makes it so expensive. The two most expensive variations of this watch are the turquoise version, which is a turquoise stone. It's a little bit more than this one, but more or less the same. And then also the pave, which has, just diamonds everywhere. For obvious reasons, you could see why that one's very expensive. And then you have the carnelian. So this is a carnelian. Now, carnelian is a stone. It's an orangey colored stone that is typified by lines of varying shapes and sizes. That's why you see these lines. And not every one will be the same since it's a natural stone. The carnelian will have these sort of lines or grains in it to show that it is natural stone, and they'll all be kind of different. So, all right, anyhow, it's quite a beautiful dial. You don't see a lot of orange dials. In fact, I can't really think of any major brand that is doing orange as a major color. So it is quite a beautiful dial. All right, and what else you can say about it is that look at the hour markers. Those are not just Roman numerals. They're also Roman numerals set with a pave diamond hour markers. In fact, to be precise, it's 32 diamonds and a Roman 6 and 9. And it's all housed in 18 karat yellow gold. All right. So, anyways, it's just a beautiful dial. I mean, they spared no expense. They put a stone dial, then put the Roman numerals in diamonds, which matches the bezel, which brings us to our next part, which is the bracelet. And this is a president bracelet, but it's not just any president bracelet. It actually makes the price of the watch go up by double. When you just do the regular president bracelet, the watch is somewhere in the 60,000 range. I think 65 or something like that. But when you add the bracelet with all the diamonds, it jumps up to 119. So that's like 60,000. It's basically double the price with the diamonds. And so let's take a moment to really look at this work on the bracelet. And you'll see they don't tell us how many diamonds are on this bracelet, but I'm sure there's a lot. And I'm just showing the bracelet all throughout. And you can see it's expertly done. Again, the best diamonds that money can buy and placed absolutely perfectly. And it's really just a work of art. All right, so there you have it. That's the President bracelet. Okay, let's move on to the movement here. The movement is a 3255 movement. Interestingly, Rolex uses the same movement on their Day-Date 36s as their 40s, which is a caliber 3255. It has a power reserve of 70 hours, and it's precise to plus minus 2 seconds a day. Not a big deal. It's just a great movement. That's all I'll say about it. Time for me to try this watch on my wrist. Now, normally, if you see my other videos, you'll no, let me preface this by saying I'm 200 pounds, 6 foot tall, and I have a 7.5 inch wrist. Now, I'll normally preface this by saying that I think that 36 millimeter is a bit small for any man with a wrist size of 7 inches. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. As you see, it looks small, but with all these diamonds and everything that makes the watch bling like crazy, I actually think a man could also wear it if he so desires to wear, this kind of super blingy watch. But he could wear it. In fact, a very famous celebrity wears a 36 millimeter with diamonds everywhere like this, and his name is Conor McGregor. Not exactly this dial, but he does wear a 36. I've seen it on his wrist, a 36 with all diamonded out everywhere, and it doesn't look small. It's especially when you put all these bling diamonds everywhere on it. So my point being is, it could be worn for a man who really would like to wear a stunner watch with a lot of diamonds. Not a lot of guys can pull that off, but some guys can. But anyways, mostly I would say though that women would be the ones that would be buying this watch, and it would fit a woman because of all the diamonds and of course the size. So anyhow, that's my thoughts on it. But why do I think this watch is great? Well, it's a Day-Date, and it is fully spec'd out. It has the maximum amount that you could get. It has a natural stone dial, beautiful diamonds. The color is just out of this world. And so definitely going to give this watch 2 thumbs up. And I think if you want to buy it, you got to go to jazztime.com, not only for the lowest price, but I don't think a lot of ADs would actually even have this watch. So go to jazztime.com to get it at your lowest price.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.